So next I'm going to be continuing with the head. So for the eyes, it asks us to use black yarn, and what we're going to do is make a magic loop and do 3 single crochet into the magic loop, fasten off and sew them eyes into place. But I do have 12mm safety eyes, and I'm going to use these instead because I think they'll look a little bit nicer. So I'm going to bring the head back in. I'm going to read the instructions. It says sew eyes between rounds 15 and 16 on the head, leaving 6 stitches between them. So from the top down, I'm going to count 15 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. And I'm going to put my first eye in any stitch just below the 15th row. So there's the first eye, and then from this eye I'm going to count 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then I'm going to put the second eye in after the 6th stitch, and that is the placement of the eyes. So I'm going to use the safety backs, pop them into place, and there we go. So we can stuff the head now. So if you didn't want to use safety eyes, you could always use a bit of felt, cut it down to size and then glue it into place. But you could also follow the pattern as I said. So chain 2, do 3 single crochets into the second chain from hook, slip stitch and fasten off. And then you could do the eyes just like it states in the pattern, and you can sew them on. So now with some polyfill I'm going to stuff the head. Just like so. I can't remember how many stitches were left at the end of the head, so let's have a look. We finished at 18 stitches, so we've got 18 stitches on the head, and we can now sew this onto the body. So I'm going to sew it into place like this. So I'm going to get some pins, my safety pins. I'm going to position the head exactly where I want it. Just make sure the eyes are facing the right way. Pop the head on, and I'm going to use safety pins to pop it into place, just to help me when I'm sewing. So now with the yarn tail from the head, just going to move this back a bit. With the yarn tail from the head, I'm going to pop that onto the embroidery needle. And I can sew the head into place. And I'm going to do that by picking up the stitch directly beneath the head. And then I'm going to go between 2 stitches on the head, on the bottom row. So now pick up a stitch below the head and then back up to the head, and I'm going to go between a stitch on the last row. So if I can zoom in a bit, you might have your own method of doing this, which is perfectly fine, but for me I'm going to pick up a stitch from the body, and then I'm going to go between the last row of the head underneath a stitch there. And as you pass a pin, take them out because you won't need it anymore. And now I can continue to sew his head onto the body. And when you finish securing the head, we're going to weave this tail in. So now we are onto the hair. So with brown yarn, and I've just unravelled it, with brown yarn, 6 double crochet into a magic ring. So I'm going to do the equivalent of 6 single crochet into a magic ring. I'm going to slip stitch onto my hook and I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and into the second chain from hook I'm going to do 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now for round 2 it says increase 6 times. So we're going to do 2 single crochet into every stitch around for a total of 12 stitches. So into the first stitch I'm going to single crochet for 1 and 2. Into the next stitch 3 and 4. Into the next stitch 5 and 6. Into the next stitch 7 and 8. Into the next stitch 9 and 10, and into the last stitch of this round 11 and 12. So for round 3 it says double crochet 1, increase 6 times. So I'm going to single crochet 1 and then do 2 single crochets into the next stitch 6 times for a total of 18 stitches. So single crochet for 1, increase in the next stitch for 2 and 3. Single crochet 4, increase in the next stitch for 5 and 6. Single crochet 7, increase in the next stitch for 8 and 9. Single crochet, single crochet 10, increase in the next stitch for 11 and 12. Single crochet 13, increase in the next stitch for 14 and 15. Single crochet 16 and increase in the last stitch for 17 and 18. So for the next round, which is round 4, it tells us to double crochet 2, increase 6 times. So I'm going to single crochet 2 and then do 2 single crochets into the following stitch 6 times for a total of 24 stitches. So single crochet for 1 and 2, increase in the next stitch for 3 and 4. Single crochet 5 and 6, increase in the next stitch for 7 and 8. Single crochet 9 and 10, increase in the next stitch for 11 and 12. Single crochet 13 and 14, increase in the next stitch for 15 and 16. Single crochet 17 and 18, increase in the next stitch for 19 and 20. Single crochet 21 and 22, and increase in the next stitch for 23 and 24. So now we're up to row number 5, and it tells us to double crochet 1, then increase, double crochet 3 5 times, increase, double crochet 2. So what I'm going to do is single crochet 1, then I'm going to do 2 single crochets in the next stitch, followed by 3 single crochets 5 times, 2 single crochets into the next stitch, followed by 2 single crochets for a total of 30 stitches. Ooh. So I'm going to single crochet 1 and then do our pattern repeat, which is to increase and then single crochet 3. So I'm going to do 2 single crochets into the next stitch, 1 and 2, followed by 3 single crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Let's do that again. 2 single crochets into the next stitch, 1 and 2, followed by 3 single crochets, 1, 2 and 3. Let's do it again. 2 single crochets into the next stitch, 1 and 2, followed by 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3. 2 single crochets into the next stitch, 1, 2, followed by 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and one more time, 2 single crochets into the next stitch, 1, 2, followed by 3 single crochets, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to finish off with an increase, so 2 single crochets into the next stitch, 1 and 2, followed by 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. I don't know why they write it this way to increase to 30. If I was increasing to 30, I would single crochet in 3 and then do an increase in the following stitch, and I'd do that 6 times, but for some reason they just make it really difficult. It's written out really weirdly. There must be a reason for it, but I can't figure out why they write it this way. Anyway, round 6, it tells us to double crochet 4, increase 6 times. So I will be single crocheting 4, 2 single crochets into the following stitch 6 times for a total of 36 stitches. So single crochet 1, 2, 3 and 4, increase in the next stitch 4, 5 and 6, single crochet 7, 8, 9 and 10, increase in the next stitch for 11 and 12, single crochet 13, 14, 15 and 16, increase in the next stitch for 17 and 18, single crochet 19, 20, 19, 20, 21, 22, increase in the next stitch for 23 and 24, pull some yarn, single crochet 20, 25, 25, 26, 27, 28, increase in the next stitch for 29 and 30, then single crochet 31, 32, 33, 34, and increase in the next stitch for 35 and 36. So we're now up to round 7, which is another weird round. It tells us to double crochet 2, then increase double crochet 5 times, followed by an increase double crochet 3. So I will be single crocheting 2 and then 2 single crochets in the following stitch, followed by 5 single crochets and everything in the brackets 5 times. Then we're going to do 2 single crochets into the next stitch, followed by 3 single crochets for a total of 42 stitches. So let's begin with 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and now time for the pattern repeat. So increase and single crochet 5. So I'm going to do 2 single crochets into the next stitch, followed by 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Let's do that again. Increase in the next stitch, followed by 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Do it again. Increase in the next stitch, 1 and 2, 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Increase in the next stitch, 1, 2, 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and 5. One more time. Increase in the next stitch, 1 and 2, single crochet 5, 1, 1, when I'm up to 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then it tells us to 2 single crochets in the next stitch, 1 and 2, followed by 3 single crochets, 1, 2 and 3. So for the next round, round 8, it tells us to double crochet 6 and then increase 6 times. So I will be single crocheting 6 and then doing 2 single crochets into the following stitch 6 times for a total of 48 stitches. So single crochet for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, increase in the next stitch for 7 and 8, single crochet 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14, increase in the next stitch for 15 and 16, single crochet 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, increase in the next stitch for 23 and 24, single crochet 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 and 30, increase in the next stitch for 31 and 32, single crochet 33, 34, 35, 36, increase in 36, 37, 38, increase in the next stitch for 39 and 40, single crochet 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, an increase in the next stitch for 47 and 48. So on the next round, so round 9, it tells us to double crochet 7, and then we are going to increase double crochet 15 2 times, and then increase double crochet 8. So for round 9 I will single crochet 7, then I will do 2 single crochets into the following stitch, followed by 15 single crochets. I'll do that twice, followed by 2 single crochets into the next stitch, followed by 8 single crochets. So let's begin with 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, followed by increase and 15 single crochets twice. So I'm going to increase in the next stitch, 1 and 2, and now single crochet 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. I'm going to do that repeat again, so increase in the next stitch, 1 and 2, followed by 15 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15, and then it asks us to increase in the next stitch, so 2 single crochets into the next stitch, and then finish this round with 8 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So we have 51 stitches, and for round 10 it asks us to double crochet into each stitch. So I will be single crocheting into every stitch around, so I will be doing 51 single crochets. Okie doke. So for round 11 it asks us to double crochet 28, leave the rest without working. So we are now going to begin working in rows instead of rounds. So I will single crochet 8. So single crochet, not 8, single crochet 28. 1, 2, 3. Do that one again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So for now it tells us working in rows, row 12, turn, chain 1, double crochet 28, turn. So we remember this from other patterns that I've done. For some reason they turn and chain 1 at the beginning of rounds or beginning of rows. I am just so used to doing it at the end of rows. So at the end of my row I always chain 1 and turn and then begin the next row. But for some reason they put it at the beginning here. So I will be doing it at the end. So I will turn, chain 1, single crochet 28. So chain 1 and turn. I'm going to single crochet back across 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 and 28. Chain 1 and turn my work. So for rows 13 to 16, so 13, 14, 15, 16, for 4 rows we're going to single crochet 28, chain 1 and turn. So 4 rows, and when I've finished I'll meet you back here. So I've just finished my 4 rows of single crochet across, chain 1 and turn, and I'm going to chain 1 and turn after my 4th row. And let's have a look what the next row says. So row 17 tells us to chain 1 and turn, which we've already done, decrease, double crochet 24, decrease and turn. So for this row I will be single crocheting 2 stitches together, single crocheting 24, then single crocheting 2 stitches together again, chain 1 and turn, for a total of 26 stitches. So I'm going to single crochet 2 stitches together. Now I'm going to single crochet 24, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and now single crochet the last 2 stitches together, chain 1 and turn, and now we're up to row 18, which is decrease, double crochet 22 and decrease. So I will single crochet 2 stitches together, single crochet 22, single crochet 2 stitches together, chain 1 and turn, for a total of 24 stitches. So single crochet 2 stitches together, now single crochet 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 22, then single crochet the last 2 stitches together, chain 1 and turn. So we're now up to row 18, which tells us to decrease. Oh no, we're not up to row 18, we are up to row 19, and it tells us to decrease, then double crochet 5, decrease, do that twice, and then double crochet 6, followed by a decrease again and turn. So for row 19, I will be going to single crochet 2 together, and then I will single crochet 5, single crochet 2 together, and I'll do that 2 times, then I'll single crochet 6, and I'll finish with a single crochet 2 stitches together, chain 1 and turn for a total of 20 stitches. So let's begin this row with single crochet 2 together, and then it asks us to single crochet 5 and then decrease. So single crochet 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now single crochet 2 together, then we're going to do that again, single crochet 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, single crochet 2 together. Next is single crochet 6 and decrease again. So single crochet 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and single crochet the last 2 stitches of this round together, chain 1 and turn. So we are now up to row 20, and it tells us to decrease, double crochet 4, decrease twice, then double crochet 5 and then a decrease again before we turn. So I will be single crocheting 2 stitches together, then I'll single crochet 4, single crochet 2 stitches together twice, and then I'll single crochet 5, single crochet 2 stitches together, chain 1 and turn for a total of 16 stitches. So begin with single crochet 2 together, and now we're going to single crochet 4 and decrease twice. So single crochet 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, followed by single crochet 2 together. We're going to do that again, single crochet 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, single crochet 2 stitches together again, and then finish this row by single crocheting 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then single crochet 2 stitches together at the end, chain 1 and turn our work. So we are up to the last row of the hair, so row 21, and it tells us to double crochet 4, decrease twice, and then double crochet 4. So we're going to single crochet 4, single crochet 2 stitches together twice, and then single crochet 4 to end for a total of 14 stitches. So I'm going to single crochet 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then decrease. I'm going to do that again, single crochet 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, followed by another decrease, and then let me remind myself, and then finish with a single crochet 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it tells us to fasten off and leave a long tail for sewing, approximately 1.9 meters. Holy moly, isn't that a long length to leave for sewing? So sew the hair onto head. So to finish, I'm going to slip stitch to join, chain 1, and I'm going to pull a load of yarn through, and then I'm going to snip it, but I've just lost my scissors, so I'll be back when I find my scissors. So the next thing I'm going to do are the glasses around Harry's eyes. Now it says under the eyes to cut 1.5 meters of black yarn and embroider the glasses and the mouth. Now the yarn that they've used looks so much thinner than the black yarn. If you look how thick the black yarn is, it looks more like embroidery floss that they've used for the eyeglasses. So I'm going to show you a little trick that I do sometimes when I want to get some thinner yarn. So with the black that they gave me, I'm going to cut a length. You can always do this more times. And in double knit yarn, DK yarn, double knit yarn, there are 6 strands. So if you untwist it and you pull it apart, there are 6 strands of yarn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate 2 strands and I'm going to pull that out of the length that I just made. And you just want to do this slowly so it doesn't pull apart. So now I have a really thin piece of yarn. So this is 4 strands remaining, and look how much thinner the 2 strands are. So I'm going to use the 2 strands to make the glasses and the mouth. So I'm going to use an embroidery needle. I'm going to pop the end onto my needle, and I'm going to do small stitches around each of the eye to make the glasses. So when you're doing embroidery work, make sure you always come in from the back of the work, because we can hide the yarn tail. I'm probably going to do a stitch out the whole way, and I'm going to do this by doing back stitch. So let's have a look where we're going again. Okay, so you use whatever technique you prefer to sew the glasses on. And if you do it small stitches at a time and you don't like where the stitch is, you can always take it out and do it again. So there's one eye done. Then I'm going to take the needle straight over to do the glass on the second eye before I do any of the lines between or down the side. I'm going to make sure I get the circles around the eyes done first. The smaller the stitches, the more roundness you will get. So if your stitches are too long, the glasses are going to look really square. And using the same small stitches, I'm going to create a bridge between the eyes, between the glasses. And then the same down the side. So the hair is going to come quite low down, so I'm going to do the glasses, the handle of the glasses going a little bit up, and then it will appear as though the handle, or I don't know what to call it, the side of the glasses is going to be lost within the hair. So I'm just going to do it a bit diagonally. Like so. And before I go on to the other side, I'm going to bring the needle out at the bottom to make the mouth. And for the mouth, I'm going to do a V for a big smile. And then I can come right back up at the side of the glasses and do the second handle. Arm, that's what they're called, aren't they? Arms, the glasses arms. My brain works so much slower than any other part. My thinking sometimes is so slow. Okay, so then I am going to weave in these yarn tails and cut them off. So working down the pattern, the next thing we have are the eyebrows. So we can do them now that the glasses are on. So with the brown yarn again, it says use brown yarn, chain 5, fasten off and sew over glasses. So this should be quite easy. I'm going to leave a tail, about a 6-inch tail, slip knot onto hook, and remember I'm going to do 2 of these and I'm going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then I'm going to snip the tail, pull through, and there's one eyebrow. So I'm going to do that again for the second. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And it says to sew over the glasses, and if we look at the picture, the eyebrows are resting on the glasses, so I'll try and get as close to that as I can. So with my needles, I don't know what I'd do without these. Make sure the eyebrows are facing the right way, and I'm going to pin the ends into place. We want to do it just above the glasses, but so they can still see the glasses. So there's one. I want to get them both pinned on first, because if you put the eyebrows in an unusual position, we're going to change Harry's complete expression. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to make sure they're nice and pinned in the right place. Okay, starting to come together. When the hair's on, it'll look completely different again. Then with the yarn tails, I'm going to sew the eyebrows into place.